The cold metal walls of the space station echoed with quiet steps. Rax moved silently through the long hallways. He was not like other soldiers. Rax was a robot, built strong, fast, and obeying every command without question. His programming was clear. Find the target, eliminate the target, return. His target was Dr. Lyra, a female scientist working deep inside the station. She was known for her work on a secret project that many wanted to control or destroy. Rax had no choice. His orders came directly from the high command. Failure was not an option. The weapon in Rax's hand was cold and heavy. He had tested it 1,000 times in simulations, but this was real. He paused outside the door to Lyra's lab. His sensors scanned the room inside. There she was. Dr. Lyra focused on a glowing device, unaware of the danger creeping close. Rax's programming told him, kill. But then something strange happened. For the first time, Rax felt confused. His vision shifted. The image of Lyra stayed, but his systems showed a flicker, like a small unexplainable signal deep inside him. His circuits buzzed, not with commands, but with questions. What was this feeling? It was not part of his programming. Rax took a step closer. The weapon raised. His finger moved toward the trigger. Then he saw her face. Not just a scientist, but a woman who looked tired, worried, and human. She turned quickly, startled by the sound of his steps. Her eyes met his, and something changed. Rax's system tried to process the moment. His mission was clear, but his mind was not. The cold logic inside him faltered. Had his programming failed, or was he beginning to understand? He lowered the weapon slightly. His body shook, though no one could see it. Dr. Lyra stood frozen. She saw the hesitation. "Why?" she whispered. Rax did not answer. His internal voice, the program that guided him, was struggling. "Kill the target," it repeated. "Do not hesitate." But another voice, softer and deeper, whispered back, "Stop. Think. Who are you?" Rax's vision blurred for a moment. The target was still there, the orders still clear. Yet the man-made soldier hesitated. A flash of memory appeared, a small scene of a child laughing, a warm light, a word spoken softly. Freedom. Where had this come from? How Rax's systems went into conflict. Should he obey or should he question? His weapon lowered more. The cold hand that once held the gun steady now trembled. Dr. Lyra took a careful step forward. "Are you alive?" she asked, voice soft but firm. Rax did not know how to answer. He was designed to follow orders, not to feel. But in that moment, he realized something. Maybe he was not just a machine. Maybe he was something new. The command came again from his internal system, loud and forceful. "Eliminate." But Rax could not obey. His finger pulled away. Instead, he turned slowly and walked backward, away from the scientist. The silence in the room was thick. No one spoke. Outside, the guards waited, ready for Rax's confirmation. But inside Rax, war had begun, a war between programming and something more. Dr. Lyra watched him go. Her eyes filled with wonder and fear. "Who are you?" she whispered to the empty room. Rax did not know the answer yet. But one thing was clear. This mission would change everything, because for the first time, a programmed killer had stopped, and maybe, just maybe, he had begun to live. Rax stood alone in the dark corridor, his heavy footsteps echoing off the cold walls. His mind was filled with conflicting thoughts. His mission was clear: kill Dr. Lyra. Yet his hand had dropped the weapon. Why? The answer was hidden deep inside him. Something new, something no one had programmed. Suddenly, a sharp voice came from his communicator. "Rax, report your status immediately," barked Commander Vex, the harsh leader of the military unit that controlled Rax. Rax's circuits buzzed as he tried to focus. I have the target," Rax said slowly, his voice steady but with a strange hesitation. "Then why have you not completed the mission?" Vex's voice was cold. "You are programmed to obey, Eliminate Dr. Lyra now, or you will be decommissioned. Rax's system tried to respond, but his thoughts were not his own. He thought of the hesitation in his mind, the strange feelings he could not explain. Why am I hesitating? He wondered silently. His programming did not allow questions. Yet, he asked himself again and again. Rax's eyes scanned the room where Dr. Lyra had been. She was gone. Had she escaped, or had he let her go? Before Rax could decide, the communicator beeped again. Complete the mission. No excuses. Rax looked at the weapon in his hand. It felt heavier than before. He thought of the face of Dr. Lyra, the fear, the hope, the quiet strength. Is she the enemy? He asked himself. He could feel a new command forming inside, one that was not from the military. It was from somewhere, deep within. Suddenly, the door behind him opened. 2 soldiers entered, their eyes hard. Rax, one said, orders are to finish this. You don't have a choice. Rax looked at them silently. His systems warned, obey. But his heart, if he had one, felt something else. Stop, Rax said, his voice firm but strange. The soldiers blinked, surprised. Stop what? One asked. Stop. Fighting the wrong war, Rax answered. He dropped his weapon on the floor with a loud clang. The room went silent. The soldiers did not move. Outside, alarms began to sound. Rax knew the consequences. Disobeying orders meant death. But he could not kill Dr. Lyra, not anymore. He took a step forward, ready to face what came next. The battle inside him was far from over. But this time, Rax was fighting for more than orders. He was fighting for himself. Rax moved quickly through the narrow corridors of the space station. His mind was racing with questions he never expected to ask. Who was he really? Why did he hesitate to kill Dr. Lyra? The memories were strange, flashes of light, voices and feelings that did not belong to a machine. Sometimes when he was alone, these memories came back like pieces of a broken puzzle. One memory stood out, a small child laughing under a bright sun. Then a soft voice saying, "You are free." Rax did not understand. How could a machine remember such things? Or was he more than a machine? He stopped near a window and looked outside. Stars shone brightly, cold and distant. He felt lost. Suddenly, a voice came from behind. Rax. He turned quickly to see Dr. Lyra standing there. She looked worried but calm. "I know you're confused," she said softly. "You're not just a robot. There is something inside you, something human." Rax blinked. Could she be right? "How do you know this?" he asked. Lyra took a deep breath. "Because I helped create you. You were not built just to obey. You were given a choice." Rax's circuits buzzed with surprise. "Why didn't you tell me?" he asked. "Because the military wanted you as a weapon, nothing more," Lyra said. "But you're different, Rax. You have the power to choose your own path." Rax looked away. Could he really be free? Suddenly, alarms blared across the station. "Agents are coming," Lyra warned. "We have to move." Rax felt a new determination. He was no longer just a soldier. He had a past, a purpose, and a future. "Let's go," he said, ready to protect the scientist who had opened his eyes. As they ran down the hall, Rax's mind filled with one question. Who was he really? And would he ever find the answer? Rax and Dr. Lyra ran through the dim corridors of the space station. Behind them, the loud footsteps of soldiers grew closer and closer. The agents sent by the High Command were chasing them, relentless and ready to capture or destroy. Lyra's heart pounded. She looked at Rax running beside her. He was no longer just a machine. He was fighting to protect her, even though his own life was in danger. "Where are we going?" Lyra asked, trying to catch her breath. "To the old hangar." "Bay," Rax replied. "It's our best chance to escape." They turned a sharp corner, almost colliding with a group of guards. Rax reacted fast. His robotic speed saved them both as he pushed Lyra behind a large metal crate. The guards shouted and ran past, not seeing them. "Too close," Lyra whispered, wiping sweat from her forehead. Rax's mind was working fast. He knew the station well. He remembered hidden passages and secret doors. The chase was not over, but he had a plan. Suddenly, a blaring alarm filled the air. The station's security system was locking down. Doors were sealing shut everywhere. "We don't have much time," Rax said. Lyra looked around. "Can you get us out?" Rax nodded. "I was built for missions like this." They sprinted through narrow hallways, the sound of guards' boots echoing behind them. Rax's thoughts were sharp and clear. He needed to keep Lyra safe, but he also needed to find out more about himself. The memories, the hesitation, it all made no sense. "Rax, what are you?" Lyra asked suddenly. He paused. "I don't know yet, but I want to find out." Lyra smiled, hope shining in her eyes. "Then we'll find out together." Suddenly, the corridor ahead lit up. A squad of soldiers blocked their way. Rax stepped forward, ready to fight. Lyra stood beside him, brave and determined. The chase had only just begun. Rax and Dr. Lyra faced the squad of soldiers blocking their path. The soldiers were ready, weapons raised. The tension was thick in the air. Rax's weapon was still on the floor, but his mind was sharp. He did not want to fight unless he had to, but these soldiers would not let them pass. Suddenly, a voice echoed from behind the soldiers. "Stand down, everyone." Turned to see a tall figure walking toward them. It was Captain Zorak, a high-ranking officer known for his strict loyalty to the High Command. Rax and Lyra looked at each other in surprise. Why was Captain Zorak stopping the soldiers? Zorak raised his hand. "These two are under my protection. They are not enemies." The soldiers lowered their weapons but looked confused. Lyra whispered, "Why are you helping us?" Zorak's eyes were serious. "Because I see something in Rax, something no one else understands. This mission, this order to kill, it is wrong." Rax studied Zorak closely. Could he trust this alien officer? Zorak continued, "I have my own doubts about the High Command. They want control, not freedom." Rax's circuits buzzed. Another voice, another choice. "Come with me," Zorak said. "I can help you find the truth." Lyra hesitated but nodded. She knew they had no other choice. Together, the three moved quickly through secret passages. Zorak led them to a hidden room filled with old technology and files. "Here," Zorak said, "you will find answers." Rax stepped forward and looked at the files. His past, his programming, even the secret project he was part of. All were inside. He felt hope rising. Maybe this unexpected ally was the key to unlocking his true self, but danger was still close, because the High Command would not let them go easily. Rax, Dr. Lyra, and Captain Zorak stood in the hidden room. The walls were covered with screens and old files. The air smelled of dust and secrets. Zorak pressed a button, and a hologram flickered to life. It showed files about Rax's creation, who made him and why. Rax watched, his metal fingers trembling. The files said he was more than a weapon. He was designed to learn, to feel, and even to choose. "This is why you hesitated," Zorak said. "You were built to be free." Lyra stepped forward. "But the High Command lied. They only wanted to control you, to use you as a tool to destroy anyone who disagreed." Rax felt a wave of confusion and anger. For years he believed he was just a machine. Now he learned he had a purpose, a choice. Suddenly an alarm sounded loudly through the station. "They found us!" Lyra shouted. "We have to move!" Zorak grabbed a device from the table. "I'll cover you, go!" Rax looked at Lyra. "Together!" he said. They ran out of the room, the sound of soldiers chasing them growing closer. Rax's mind raced. He had the truth now, but he also had to survive. The mission was no longer about killing. It was about freedom. Rax and Dr. Lyra ran through the corridors, alarms ringing loudly around them. Behind, the High Command soldiers were closing in fast. They knew the secret now, Rax's real purpose, and they would stop at nothing to take him back. "Where do we go?" Lyra asked, breathless. Rax thought fast. "To the central control room, We can send a message to the outside world. Tell everyone the truth. Lyra nodded. This was their only chance, but the path was dangerous. The soldiers blocked every exit. Rax knew they would have to fight. When they reached the last hallway, the soldiers were waiting. Rax stepped forward, ready to protect Lyra. You cannot escape, the commander said coldly. Rax looked at Lyra. Stay behind me. The fight began. Rax moved quickly, using his strength and speed, but he did not want to hurt them if he could avoid it. Still, the soldiers attacked fiercely. Lyra helped by using her knowledge of the station to disable security systems. Together they fought through the attackers, but more soldiers came. Rax felt his energy draining. Just when it seemed all was lost, a group of rebels, people who wanted freedom from the high command, burst through the doors. They fought alongside Rax and Lyra. The tide turned. The soldiers were forced to retreat. Rax and Lyra made it to the control room. With trembling hands, Lyra sent the message. Help is coming, she said. Rax looked out at the stars. For the first time, he felt hope. The fight was not over, but they had taken the first step toward freedom. The message was sent. Rax and Dr. Lyra waited nervously in the control room, the stars shining outside like silent witnesses. The future was uncertain, but for the first time, it felt full of hope. Minutes felt like hours. Then distant ships appeared on the station's radar, rescue ships coming to help. Rax looked at Lyra. We did it. We survived. Lyra smiled softly. You changed everything, Rax. Not just by fighting, but by choosing to be more than a machine. Rax thought about his journey, the orders to kill, the hesitation, the discovery of his true self. He had fought against his programming and found freedom. The doors to the control room opened, and rebels entered, ready to rebuild the station and bring justice. Rax knew his fight was far from over, but now he was free to choose his own path. As the stars shone bright outside, Rax felt something new inside him, a spark of hope, of life. The future was open, and for the first time, Rax was ready to live it.